Interliminality's episode 1 was a complete snooze fest. Although they added a little disclaimer, we have to remember this shit is a horror game, bro. Now let's be honest, the game wasn't fun, nor was it actually difficult, but listen, the game isn't bad by any means. It just needs a little bit of work. But look, we're not here to talk about the disengaging episode 1. Instead, we're gonna take a look at the depths, which is episode 2 of Interliminality. So by the end of this video, we'll determine whether or not it's better or worse than episode 1. Let's get into it. Alright, so we know the first episode only had 3 levels of monsters that attack. Let's see how many monsters are actually in this one. Okay, so episode 2 has about 5 monsters that can attack you, which already is better than the first one. But anyways, the first level has you spawning in a dim lit hotel that leads to a door that you knock down. After this, you decide to walk over to the TV and it suddenly pulls you in. Listen, this right here is what I'm liking so far. Hey, but we have to remember the last episode didn't have much action in it. Not saying that every horror game needs a shit ton of action to be good, but you shouldn't be starting off with a free pass. Now you're in the next level in a similar looking hotel area where you only have to do a little puzzle to get out. However, you're not alone as your clones are following you around trying to kill you. Hey, you would think this level is pretty different from episode 1. Oh wait, it's not. It's exactly the same as the maze level. The only difference is you're in a hotel now and it's not actually a maze. Please, game devs, let's stop using the most uninteresting parts of your game over and over again. Let's actually make a new idea and make it better. Listen, as an animator and beatmaker myself, I reuse stuff all the time. Whether it be hi-hat patterns, 808s, or still frames, I do reuse stuff. So it's not inherently bad to reuse stuff. But the actual issue is that they reuse stuff without trying to hide it. Listen, I think a new monster here would definitely make this level a whole lot better. I say this because seeing the same monster takes away the element of surprise of the level. Anyways, in the next level, you're placed in a safe locker room that has no monsters in sight. The way I feel about this level is you definitely need something in here. You can't just have a level where you barely have any threat and then now the next level is just a free pass. It just doesn't work in my book. You gotta remember, this game is supposed to be a horror game, not some type of game where you're just enjoying your time just walking by. And most of the horror games that I've played, I've never just been on my phone. This game was a game where I could literally just go take a break, go hop on my phone, not be engaged with the game at all. It doesn't work. And the saddest part about it is the game actually looks good. It's not one of those shitty ass horror games that have nothing put into it. Anyways, after you find your way out of the locker room, you now have to follow these arrows and walk up these stairs. Now, once you walk up these stairs, you have to walk back to the arrows and you drop down, look over, and you see a paper that tells you you're not safe. Well, guess what? This level has 0 monsters in it at all. And this paper is telling you you're not safe. Do you see the common pattern with this game? You have one level that gives you any type of challenge at all, you know, any type of risk in a horror game. And then the next level gives you a free buy. Why on earth would I play a horror game when I know the next goddamn level is not even gonna be hard, nor is it gonna be fun, nor is it even difficult? But look, you just walk over and you hit the button and then you zoom to the exit. So far, episode 2 is a walking simulator. Alright, but after all of that, now you're in a warehouse with mannequins that don't do anything to you. All you have to do is find a nice little light switch on the wall, keep switching them off, and then get to the exit. Alright, so the next level places you with the same mannequins that you just saw. There's a whole lot of them now, and it actually does make the game difficult for once. This is the only level in the game that I think was actually difficult for me to get by. You know, everything else was kind of like a walk in the park. You could do that shit with your fucking eyes closed. But this one, you have to be careful with this, because every time you turn your back, the mannequins will follow you. And if they get you, they're gonna fucking kill you. Wait. But let's not forget, every single horror game has something like this. Apophobia has something like this. The Mimic has something like this. There's a whole lot of horror games that have something where it moves when you don't look at it. Let's be a little bit original here. Although I will say myself, it's easier to copy something than it is to actually make something from scratch. Okay, now we make it to the most disengaging part of the game, the lever elevator. Listen, this is coming from somebody who can animate for 8 hours straight without taking a single break, without looking away, without doing something else, without any distractions. This was the least engaging part of the game, and I'm saying that nicely. So listen, you're placing a lever elevator that has levers on each side. Now the issue is there's a monster that's trying to get in and kill you, but if you switch all the levers down, by the time it gets to 120 on the clock, then you'll be able to get out. And I just want to add, I tested out the jump scare to see if it was scary. It's not scary at all. I don't understand what the purpose of that is. I mean, look, why even put it there? Like, honestly. Anyways, after that level that can only scare toddlers, we move on to a hospital where you have to run from a shit monster. Yes, I'm being serious. This nigga looks like poop. And also, why does the poop monster have the best jump scare in the game? I don't get it. Like, his jump scare, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't scare me, but it's a good jump scare. Listen, it's a unique design, but I think a different color will be better, bro. Now look, in this level, all you gotta do is collect items from the locker. Now after this, all you have to do is sort and match all the items, avoid the monster, and then find the exit. Hey, game devs, if you're gonna make 90% of your game walking around and finding exits, please make the other 10% super hard or really fun. Hey, but I understand it takes a long time to make something actually good. Now, the problem with this game is I think it released a little too early. There's only 2 episodes out. The 3rd one is going to come out soon, but the first 2 episodes are really lacking in engagement. Hey, now that we're done with all that, let's get to the last part of the episode. Now you spawn in this little purple area. You walk around a little bit and you find a TV with a picture on it. Now, if you memorize that picture and you go to another TV, you can match it to the previous picture. Now, after you're done this, you can go upstairs. Once you're up here, you open the door and you go down the hall and meet the monster. Now, once you meet this monster, you have to turn the other way and start running. Now, as you're running, you'll notice that there's TVs that have little arrows on them that tell you the right direction to go. Now, you keep doing this until you die to the monster or find the room with the remote. Now, once you have the remote, you basically win the game. You can just turn off the monster and he's dead. After the monster dies, you can go walk into the light. Now, once you walk into this light, you end episode 2. Alright, now that episode 2 is over, let's really determine if it's better than episode 1. Now, hands down, we could obviously say that episode 2 is way better than episode 1. The only issue I have is it's only better because it has more monsters. Hey, but the game is definitely selling themselves short by putting a disclaimer at the front. I feel like you shouldn't be telling people, yo, my game is not serious, it's not meant to be taken seriously, because there's people who think that this game is scary and then they hop on the game and it's not scary at all. Also, another thing I would like to say is there's a lot of people who say that this game is underrated. No, it's not underrated at all. This game is rated exactly how it should be. 2K players averaging 2K is not bad for a game like this. The reason why I say that is because the game is in its infancy. It's not good yet. You feel me? If you're saying this game is underrated right now, you're lying to the game dev, because it's not underrated at all. It's rated exactly how it should be. When you're telling somebody, yo, your game is the best that it ever could be right now, and I think it's underrated and I think you should have more players, you're gonna mess up their game, because now the perception is, yo, people are fine with this update, people are fine with the way that it looks. No, you have to work your game a little bit more and get better at that over and over and over again. This game is not bad by any means, but is it good? No, it's not good just yet. It will be good in the future if they keep working on it. Alright, that is today's video. If you guys enjoyed, then go like down below and watch this video right here.